cookies, a small, sweet cake, typically round and flat, either having a crisp or chewy texture, or maybe both. Freshly baked cookies bring nothing but happiness to most people that have a soul.
That is a fine cookie.
And there should be absolutely no drama when talking about them, right? There is a cookie company that is taking over America, taking over TikTok, and taking over a lot of small businesses, which has escalated into a full-on cookie war.
Just imagine pizza companies doing this to each other, right? Like sending pictures of a pepperoni pizza, putting them in a lawsuit and say, look, your pepperoni pizza looks mighty similar to mine.
There's some serious dough flying around.
And that business is Crumbl Cookie.
With over 170 flavors, Crumbl always has a cookie to help celebrate the sweet victories in life.
This cookie company has milked their way into the cereal community. There's a Crumbl Cookie car, Crumbl Cookie shoes, t-shirts, plushies, Crumbl Cookie everything. It is pink-tastic cookie fun everywhere. But inside this pastel pink box is not only a copious amount of sugar, but a big box of drama.
We're reviewing Crumbl Cookie cereal today because this week's Crumbl lineup looks like
Feuds.
I give 0
and a heck of a lot of criticism.
Well, it's not good. Crumbl is so sugary.
I really hate to burst your Crumbl Cookie bubble, but this is important.
The inside of the cookie is raw. Oh my god. The inside of the cookie is not cooked.
Today we are digging into the company known as Crumbl Cookie, or the cult of Crumbl. Not sure if I'm allowed to put that in the title or say it this early into the video because the cult of YouTube will definitely snatch my money away and demonetize my video. But hopefully it's still there because I like the title. This video is sponsored by me. Come hang with me after this video on my movie channel where I dip you into some sweet, sweet nostalgia. Thank you for all the support. In the small town of Logan, Utah, there were two cousins named Sawyer Hemsel and Jason McGogan who never baked a thing in their life, but they were determined to make the best damn chocolate chip cookie the USA has ever tasted. The perfect chocolate chip baked to perfection with crunch on the outside and moist and soft on the inside.
My name is Jason McGowan. I'm the co-founder and CEO of a cookie company called Crumbl. I slept on my friend's floor.
Okay, sir, calm down. We have all slept on our friend's floor before, whether it's, after the Pentatonics concert or if we're trying to build a billion-dollar cookie business. Now, I know they have to show that they came from nothing, which is interesting because he says in the video that he only had $68,000 to invest into Crumbl. I don't know about you, but most small-owned businesses and people who sleep on their friends' floors don't have $68,000 in their bank account.
Everything that we do is really just something that anyone can do.
How long did you sleep on the floor? Psst. Michelle, get off the floor topic. You're losing your audience and just move on with the story. Anyway, according to Jason, him and Sawyer would study and learn the science of baking, testing different ingredients, different recipes, giving them to family and friends to try for free. I mean, who would say no to that? I know I wouldn't. After all that hard work and of course the $68,000, they opened the first store and Jason said they didn't really struggle at all. They kind of got instant success.
Into cookies, really after the first store opened and we started seeing a lot of success.
Now, I looked up previously, Jason worked in tech.
I loved building things that were digital.
The average monthly income for someone who worked into tech as long as Jason did is $100,000.
Anyone can do.
Anyway, do with that information whatever you want with it. After he opened the first, him and his cousin opened the first Crumbl Cookie in that small town of Utah, he said he knew that this was his calling and all he wanted was to bring people together.
I remember watching as families came in to try these cookies and I thought, my whole career I've been trying to bring people together. Is it possible that the solution is actually not a digital technology, but is it cookies?
Sir, you need to stop. I only had a dream, $68,000 and a stable job, and I actually was successful. The floor was so cold, and I only had my $68,000 to keep me warm at night. But you know what? I'm just gonna go with he had a passion for cookies. Who am I to challenge any of that? So in the first Crumbl that opened, they only had one flavor, the infamous chocolate chip. Now the company has 6 different flavors at a time per week with different themes, flavors, more than 200 bakeries in the US even internationally with over 3,500 employees and has impeccable marketing strategies, which means influencers, and influencers love Crumbl, and Crumbl, they love influencers.
You got to pay your dues before it's all cookies and cream.
So as Crumbl rolls to the top, there is a type of influencer that is also arising. We have our foodies and the mukbangers.
I asked my doctor to write me a prescription for food stamp, and he said he can't do all that.
I'm so sorry that you had to go through that, ma'am. But now there's the Crumbl influencers who get a box of Crumbl every week to show and taste the new flavors for their millions of viewers. This chick is just called Cookie Girl. All she does is eat cookies in pure silence. Misophonia, people, I'm warning you, shield your ears right now. That's enough, okay? That's it. And she's a quiet eater. But to my misophonia ears, absolutely not. It is just not my type of content to indulge in. But she gets millions of views by eating cookies. She doesn't even have to talk. Slay. I have seen a lot of these Crumbl influencers showing up on my FYP page or my For You page on TikTok, and they seem to love everything Crumbl.
As soon as I saw this Biscoff cake in the lineup, I knew I was getting Crumbl this week.
But someone who really loves Crumbl is the queen of crying on the floor. Who has gone to the queen of eating things in her car, Miss Trisha Paytas, and she seems to get that pink colorful box every single week.
Okay, you guys, so Crumbl this week has baked up new flavors that they never baked up before.
Trisha loves Crumbl. I'm not surprised. It's so part of her personality. It so goes with her brand, and it's literally all over her YouTube. This girl is on the Crumbl VIP list.
This one is the MVP this is the MVP. Like, you have to RSVP to get the MVP cookies. Like,
well, I feel left out. I had no clue that this was a whole thing. Also, Trisha's new baby, that baby came out the womb, and Trisha was like, Crumbl is going to be part of you.
You want the pink? Okay.
You are part of the sisterhood to eat cookies.
All right, you ready to try the Crumbl cookies of the week?
Look at this baby's face. It knows. It needs its nourishment.
I also love sugar. Gives me power.
Most influencers love Crumbl, but Crumbl loves influencers even more. I mean, it's free marketing.
Crumbl Cookie. Giant, mini one.
Influencers are more powerful, in my opinion, than celebrities when it comes to marketing, because people still think that influencers don't lie, but like they seem more real than a celebrity. And if an influencer says, eat a cookie and join the cookie cult, people are gonna do it. And Crumbl gets a ton of free advertising. But what happens when they actually do collab with celebrities and influencers? Absolute madness. The very first major partnership with Crumbl was the chocolate man himself, Willy Wonka, in which they presented a red velvet sandwich cookie during the week of the Wonka movie release in mid-December 2023.
Crumbl, y'all did it. Y'all did it on the Willy Wonka cookie.
Then the Olivia Rodriguez cookie, where she's throwing up a lot of stars.
Olivia Rodriguez, the little Mexican girl, they be crying. 0 out of 10.
Then, from the depths of the corners of Hollywood, the crevices of the internet, Kris Jenner heard that Crumbl is partnering with influencers, and she sprinted through the streets of Hollywood, grabbed Crumbl by the throat, and said,
"You collab with my daughter so I can have a piece of this cookie money."
And out came the Kylie palette of cookies, which were inspired by the Kylie cosmetic.
Yeah.
Which I have to say, most basic looky Crumbl cookies I have ever seen. People traveled far and wide to get them because Crumbl would only sell them for one day at one location in West Hollywood.
You know how hard it is to get a Kylie Jenner Crumbl cookie?
Nope. And of course, Kylie had to post herself eating her very own Crumbl cookie in the most boring video I have ever seen.
Okay.
That was the most exciting part of the whole video.
It's like a cinnamon crack.
Very compelling and detailed cookie review right there, Kylie. Good job. I've gone through Kylie's content on her YouTube, and it really shows that she don't give a F. She literally can put up anything and get millions of views. Yes, I am jealous because I put a lot of work into these videos, and she just can stand there and look at a purse.
So when she gave me this last year, it was really special.
And eat a cookie and gaze into the camera. Personally, I would rather watch Trisha eat a bunch of cookies instead of watching Kylie. In fact, I think that they should make a Trisha cookie. Make it vibrantly pink and make the sprinkles even pinker than that. Blue frosting just like dripping off the side to commemorate the tears that this girl would cry on the floor. Now I would eat that. Anyway, so as you can see, the Crumbl marketing is literally top tier. The box is bright pink. They change the flavors every single week, keeping everything fresh, new, and exciting, which gives influencers very easy new content, weekly content. The cookies are big, colorful, and sugary. And I mean, Americans see big, colorful cookies and they come a-rolling. Literally, the obesity problem is only growing in this part of the country. But on the topic of obesity, this brings us to the concern many have about these cookies: the calories, the ingredients, the sugar. Crumbl Cookie is super hyped up, especially when they collaborate with influencers, or influencers just put them on their socials, because you have to be hyped up. And people are super shocked by all the interesting flavors and all the colors they do every single week. But something that shocked them even more was the amount of calories in these face-sized cookies once they decided to check the nutrition label. Something else that Americans struggle with is just looking at nutritional labels. And there are so many videos of people being like, what? How can an oversized cookie the size of my face with an inch-high layer of icing be around 1,000 calories? Now that doesn't make sense.
I can't believe that one Crumbl cookie is 1,000 calories.
Plus, I eat a whole box.
Yeah, Crumbl cookies are like, for one cookie is like 900 calories. That can be a meal.
It's a lot more than one meal. It's actually about 2.5 of my meals. And people were very, very angry because they said, no, we read the label. It said 200 calories for a cookie that's the size of my face. But I'm guessing they were probably looking at Crumbl's mini cookies, where their tiny cookies the shape the size of this is around 200 calories.
Which cookie is better, Crumbl's minis or the original?
Or you guys didn't pass fraction in elementary. Because if you did read the nutrition label, let's use this s'mores cookie as an example. There's actually 4 servings in one, which means if you're eating a whole cookie, Trisha, or a box, you're inhaling over 50 grams of sugar. And if you're a Crumbl influencer and eating a whole box every week, Trisha, you're eating around 300 grams of sugar. That's 4 times the amount that you're supposed to eat in a weekend, unless you are taking it to the next level and dipping it in soda. Ew.
Just kidding.
Oh, okay, good.
10 out of 10.
She still ate it. This chick loves Crumbl. She is there every week.
Trying this week's Crumbl Cookie. Trying Kylie Jenner's Crumbl Cookies. Trying this week's Crumbl Cookie.
She got a whole cake? Why? I thought Crumbl Cookie was cookies.
Have you guys ever tried the Tres Leches cake from Crumbl Cookie?
No, because I thought that this company sold cookies.
This right here is so delicious. Please get it.
Free advertising, you guys, and everyone in the comment section is like,
yes, my Crumbl queen. We will go get platter of cake and eat it like a
heathen from the center.
That is so good.
Lovely cult leader.
I don't know if she's a cult leader. Her and Trisha can battle it out while Jason and Sawyer rub their hands together like Mr. Burns and say, yes, I'll never have to only have $68,000 in my bank account again.
Excellent.
But what I do know is that people say that Crumbl is a cult, and that's why they are doing so well. While all the other cookie businesses crumble.
I think the C in Crumbl stands for cult.
So many people are saying that Crumbl Cookie is a cult because right when you walk in, the employees are smiling and they look deeply into your eyes as you walk in and hand you that bright pink box of sugar and say, have a good day, ma'am. Thank you for coming to Crumbl, my Lord and Savior. And for some reason, you just keep coming back.
And everyone in the back in unison said, hi, welcome to Crumbl. And it just was weird.
And I'm just trying to figure out, which Crumbl are you guys going to where you get this type of welcoming? Because when I go into Crumbl, and I do go every week, the employees look dead angry and that they hate their life.
I'm done with my shift, Mr. Krabs. And let me just say, there will come a day when I will make something of my life, and I will never have to set foot in this grease trap again.
My Crumbl has closed down multiple times due to the employees just walking out being tired of their management. And for some reason, it looks like a lot of irritated teenagers work there. And according to online, it seems to be true. For some reason, Crumbl attracts a lot of teenagers who want to work there. I mean, teenagers love sugar. I know I would come a sprint in. And they're super excited for cookies and start out like SpongeBob, then get worked to death and turn into Squidward. I've quit my jobs for some stupid reason reasons, but my final straw with Crumbl Cookie was when I got off at 2 a.m. after closing and had to be back at 5 a.m. to open. You guys, Crumbl stays open so late. I drove home from my sister-in-law's bachelorette party at like 11 at night, and I was driving. It was all dark, but at a distance, I saw one small shining light, and it was Crumbl. I walked in all happy and excited to get a cookie, and all I saw were a bunch of Squidwards. Very irritated that I walked in through the door. And I do not blame them. There are plenty of people who post a typical 9-to-5 day of a Crumbl employee, and they go through their cute little day of making cute little cookies and stacking cute butter and interactions with cute customers, and then they hang up their cute hat and they go back home and get ready for another cute, colorful cookie day. And everyone in the comments section in those videos are screaming, liar! Forgot to add the yelling and frustration. Not a realistic day. Rest, it's not like this. Bringing back the trauma of working here. Crumbl workers by me don't seem to like their jobs. And over 4,450 people agreed with her, and now there's 4,456 people that agree with her because I liked it, and it's very true. So by now, it's no secret with people that people are just kind of angry in Crumbl. The employees, the customers, people be fighting in Crumbl.
And I'm gonna say something too. I give zero I don't give a care about you or your kids. Okay. So just order your food and get what That's what I'm doing. You're over here to talk. Shut your
Don't let the pink box and colorful cookies fool you. It's intense, allegedly. The rumor of Crumbl being a cult is because of the two owners, Jason and Sawyer, who are Mormon boys. And that caused a little bit of anger because a lot of people do not like religion and caused a lot of drama.
Crumbl Cookies is owned by the Mormons, and not a lot of people knew that, which was surprising, but to be clear, they're not owned by the Mormon church, they're just owned by Mormons.
So Crumbl is in at least one Mormon church called the Desert Book in downtown Salt Lake City, and people claimed they weren't gonna go anymore because it's owned by Mormon men. Haven't bought one since I found out that they were Mormon owned, even deleted at Crumbl Cookie's ad. I boycotted for a month, then caved in. Anyway, so there's actually two cookie companies in Utah owned by Mormons, and they do not like each other. It has been going down, and it's known, or maybe just on TikTok, or maybe just in Utah, because I didn't hear anybody else talk about it, but in Utah, it is known as the Great Cookie War.
Yeah. What is it? Absolutely nothing.
This feud is between Crave Cookie and Crumbl Cookie, where Crumbl actually tried to sue Crave for copying their trademark or being too similar to their logo. Well,
claiming in part that the two brands' packaging, decor, and presentation is confusingly similar to Crumbl.
It didn't work out for Crumbl. You could say that the lawsuit crumbled. Yep, you love it.
I don't really see any confusion at all. I think most people can tell just fine that we don't look anything alike.
And Crumbl is no stranger to cookie wars. Many people hate Crumbl because they think that they're just this big company who wants to take down any small company that is kind of similar to them. And it's hard to not be similar to them because, well, they're a cookie company. How different can you be?
Just imagine pizza companies doing this to each other, right?
They tried to sue Dirty Dough, but then Crumbl got sued because they were sharing with its payment processor, Stripe Incorporated, without their consent, which violated California's Invasion of Privacy Act. Yeah, there's a lot of odd drama with this company, and yet every weekend, once I get done with work, it's 8 o'clock, I sprint to Crumbl Cookie. I get two cookies handed to me by the Squidward workers who are overworked and angry. I wait until night falls, sprint to my cookie, cut my cookie in 1/4 so I can have a total of a half cookie and not overeat on calories. Trisha! But before I do that, I make sure Garrett doesn't take any more than what we agreed. You better do it evenly, Garrett. Don't you cheat on me by getting more cookies than me. And then tell everyone to leave me alone. Don't bother me! Nobody bother me!
Do I need to brush my teeth?
As I sit in bed and eat around 40 grams of sugar while I watch Bob's Burger. Then I pass out every Friday night. It tastes so good to me, but there's a lot behind the scenes. It's not like how the owner makes it, specifically the younger one, Sawyer.
What do you think's in the box? Any guesses?
What do you think's in that tunnel? A very special news prize.
A very special news prize.
Not gonna lie, man, she looks a little frightened.
What do you think's in the box?
He cracks me up though. He's always just dancing on TikTok. He's always baking.
People ask all the time, where does Crumbl get their inspiration for their cookies from?
He just shows up at the Crumbl store as the employees are forced to smile and dance around with him. I'm just kidding. He's probably a very nice person. He cracks me up though because he will be walking on the street and he will see someone carrying that bright pink box and he will go up to them and say, "Oh, what do you have there? Is it good?"
No, it's like over
Washington Square Park.
I need to find it. Is it good?
Yes. Yes.
You like it?
Yeah.
Cool.
And you know what? He also gets to be a little diva on the internet when influencers don't like his products. Oh yes, people, you know what time it is. It's time for the Battle of the Boys. Not only would someone called Be Better Company on TikTok straight up say Crumbl Cookie is a scam, he then would buy the cookie, try it, and tell everyone that he absolutely hated it.
No, seriously. Who is paying you guys to say these cookies are good?
And then he would call into Crumbl and then tell them that he hated it.
But I was just in and I got 6 cookies, and I have to be honest, they were the worst cookies I've ever tasted in my entire life.
A little dramatic, but we love drama that doesn't involve us. And the creator of Crumbl would see this and would comment on his post. He secretly eats the whole box after filming, and Be Better just had to show him. Nope, I threw it out. And I even told the people who come to my hotel room to pick up my trash that it is trash.
Morning. So let's go look at the cookies that I supposedly ate. As you can see, I left them out here, and I even wrote down for the people, this is garbage, thank you. And as you can tell, did not eat them.
Then he goes out, gets another competitor cookie, and labels the video, Crumbl Cookie still sucks.
I can already tell, like, these are what cookies are supposed to look like.
Well, Sawyer, you can't sue someone for not liking the cookies, but that's fine because, you know, Jason said his goal was to just bring people together. And on that day that Be Better Company posted that video, a lot of anti-crumblers were in his comment section coming together about how much they hated Crumbl.
Like, what Crumbl sells isn't cookies, you know what I mean? So these are already gonna be, I think, so much better.
And he was like, he liked all of those cookies that were anti-Crumbl.
So good.
So I'm sorry, boys. Jason Sawyer, you did not initiate him into the cult of Crumbl. You got me, but you didn't get this guy.
Well, this is garbage, thank you.
I personally think the people that crack me up the most are the fitness influencers who eat a box of Crumbl and tell all of their audience, I'm not gonna get fat eating like this
because I'm a beast.
And then he's just jumps into his weight training routine. He's throwing balls into the air, he's running in the sand, and then finishes it all off by taking off his shirt, rolling up his pants, and showing his audience his quads.
You need to have muscles on your eyeballs.
When in reality, this guy's super young. I see that he does football. Once he gets done, it's gonna catch up really quick. As someone who has trained ex-athletes, it catches up really quick. If he is eating a whole box of cookies every single weekend, that's over 300 grams of sugar. Honey, your body is addicted, and I highly doubt you're gonna cut all of that off, whether you're getting your sugar from cookies or something else. You're not just gonna quit when you get done with football. There does seem to be a split though when it comes to fitness influencers, where there's one side that says, I just burn it all off. And then there's the people who say, we can make Crumbl Cookie at home with protein and it tastes just like the real thing. So I got curious. And yeah, you know what time it is. We're going to attempt to get out of the cult of Crumbl and make it ourselves. It's time to make some cookies. So I wanted to make a recipe that I found from someone called Michael Corey. 30-gram protein Crumbl Cookie.
A single Crumbl cookie can have 800 calories, only 8 grams of protein, so that's why you need to make these homemade birthday cake Crumbl cookies. These have 30 grams of protein each and taste amazing.
So let's stop wasting time and let me mash all the ingredients together, and then we can taste this 30-gram Crumbl cookie. Okay, wait, never mind. One of the things said get casein protein, and my butt cheeks was at Walmart and I got whey protein. And I know specifically because Garrett makes things with protein, because he formulated our recipe, whey protein is not good in baking, and it specifically says right here in the ingredients, I highly recommend using a whey casein blend protein. So scratch that, we're going to do Marcus Thomas, low calorie tip, and he has lost a substantial amount of weight doing little healthier or low calorie dupes.
You can eat cheeseburger bowls and lose weight.
And I think that's more what my audience is interested in. I don't have a big bodybuilder audience. Most people aren't gonna be going for cookies that have 30 grams of protein because they normally taste like So I'm gonna take a few artistic liberties here because he's making birthday cake Crumbl cookies. I could not find our cheesecake pudding mix, but I found lemon, and I know that I have lemon flavoring at home. So we are going to make a toasted coconut lemon cookie.
Drop in a 1/4 cup of sweetener.
When I looked at the ingredients, they did not list out Marcus, a 1/4 cup of sweetener. That's gonna take my whole box. Just that I would tell you. That's already 6 packs and we're Not even close to filling this thing up. With a little movie editing magic, we're magically kind of almost there. I feel kind of bad using all of this, so. I don't think I'm supposed to use a whisk. I want to taste the dough, but I'm also scared to taste the dough. Oh, okay, well, it's got a taste, that's for sure. Okay, mine came out with a little bit of a different texture from Marcus's, or Marquise.
And we're gonna form 4 cookie shapes, and they don't gotta be the prettiest thing in the world.
So I kind of shaped mine into cookies. It got messy, but I did it. So let's stick these into the oven and work on the frosting. And I'm trying to stay focused, but my dog keeps going to the door. Yeah, I saw you laying there. Okay, so now that the animals took care of their business, AKA they're lounging, and the cookies are still in the oven, we have about 4 minutes left, we can now make the frosting that he made out of Cool Whip.
Then we're gonna take 2 tablespoons of zero sugar Cool Whip, and we're gonna mix that in too.
Less calories, less happiness, but less the calories. So, and that's the goal. They're done, cookies are finished. Pretty sure you're supposed to make them cool. I feel like we should taste it. Scared. But it's not protein, it's a Jell-O mix, so that should be fine, right? Actually, I really like that. Can you add pudding stuff to your yogurt? Tastes like light frosting. Actually, that's really good. Speak into existence. We are not gonna burn this. Why are you at the door? No, you cannot go outside. Do not walk away from me. This is how his turned out, and he's got that wonderful, cute little smile. Mine are so much more lumpier. I burnt most of the freaking coconut, which means some of y'all did not speak this into existence, and that's kind of rude. But now, we have to taste test it. Did we find something similar to Crumbl? Will we eat these rather than Crumbl cookies? And lastly, would I at least eat these during the week when I want a healthier low-calorie dessert? Let's find out right now. I'll need a little bit of milk, just in case. Cheers. Okay, texture is not a cookie, it's more of like a bready texture. Taste-wise is great at first, and then that protein taste starts coming in. Frosting is my favorite part, to be completely honest. I personally like to purchase my cookies, but if you are someone who likes to bake and doesn't mind taking time in the kitchen to do this, I think you might like it. And you don't mind like a proteiny taste, or I taste a little bit of stevia taste after it. Can I see me having this for dessert? Hell no! Well, since we're on the topic of making our own cookies, how are Crumbl cookies actually made? Well, there's a little bit of drama there too. Someone actually went to Crumbl and noticed that there were Betty Crocker cake mixes in the back. Well, kind of in the front. Anybody could see them. They weren't trying to hide them. But this blew up because people thought these cookies were made from scratch, not a box. So you're telling me for the price of a $5 cookie, I could buy a box for $1.59 and make my own, and a lot of them? Well, that Be Better business guy said it was a scam. He tried to tell us all, but y'all decided not to listen. You think that you can make your Crumbl cookies better? Well, some have tried on YouTube, and I found this guy that said Crumbl cookie is not a big deal. It's actually kind of gross and not impressive.
You may have heard of Crumbl Cookie, and I think they're headed for world domination, unless I have something to say about it.
What are you gonna do about it?
Now they're popping up on Twitter and on Facebook and Instagram. I don't think they're that special.
Anyway, so he has his friends try his cookie versus the Crumbl cookie, and Crumbl absolutely crushed him.
So I'm gonna have to give it to this one.
Damn it! This is what happens when you overbake your cookie.
Don't use that as an excuse, sir. You said you were going to stop Crumbl. Looks like your dry-ass overbaked cookies aren't even close.
I don't think they're that special.
Also, if your cookies are dry and overbaked, why did you give them to your friends in a competition? That's like me making a donut and then getting another donut from a very popular place that I'm like, well, here you go, you guys, I overbaked it, but which one do you guys like more? Anyway, I personally love Crumbl. I am part of the cult with absolutely no shame. I go to Crumbl every single Friday. I love them. I don't eat as much as Trisha, but I do absolutely wish that I could with no regrets and no stomach pain. I'm so aware that people say that they're gross, that they aren't cooked all the way through.
Now put the cookies in the oven.
Nice. So how long do we wait for it? 30 minutes? 40 minutes?
Wait for it. The cookies are done. Take them out.
What you mean take it out? We just put them in.
And it's ready to be served.
No. It's still raw.
They're ready to be served, brother.
But that comes down to the people that made it. And since they usually hire teenagers, I can see that happening a lot. Teenagers don't give a but lucky for me, that's exactly how I like my cookies. I love cookie dough. The best of both worlds. Hard, chewy cookie on the outside, doughy center in the middle. That's heaven, baby. Every Friday night. But I totally have to agree, they really aren't special. My mother-in-law is part of the anti-crumblers because she had a baking business that didn't do too well and has a vendetta against Crumbl. And like many Crumbl haters and the critique that they give, she thinks that they're overpriced, that they're never baked in the center. But the thing is she had a baking business and her cookies pretty much tasted the same, but they were cooked all the way through. So they really aren't that special. There's many cookies just like theirs. But the way that they market, the boxes, the social media posts is really what makes Crumbl and the cult of them the top cookie in America. And that's just how the cookie crumbles. Anyway, it's Friday, and well, you know where I'm going. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, or I'm gonna eat a whole box of cookies, and I will see you guys in the next video.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
Oh wait, forgot you guys' little kiss. That's got extra sugar in it, because I eat Crumbl.
You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Ooh, I've been on the flex since flex on. Neighborhood all in your eardrum.